Hi, I'm back. I'll be reading some more from the Disneyland encyclopedia. We're up to the letter. We're up to the letter G. Up to G. G. Here we go. Gadgets Go Coaster Map. Mickey's Toontown MT-3 dates January 24th, 1993 to ongoing. Gadgets Go Coaster is a kid-sized version of a rowdy outdoor roller coaster. This fun attraction is located at the west end of Mickey's Toontown near the Chip and Dale treehouse with part of its track venturing over a small pond. Gadget, of course, refers to Gadget Hack Wrench, the mouse inventor from the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers TV show. The roller coaster is supposed to be one of her clever inventions, and it's also supposed to represent the world from a mouse eye view. Guests are placed inside big acorns for a trip on what looks like a Tinker toy track that quickly turns past oversized displays like gigantic painters, combs, matchbooks, and more. Lasting just under a minute, the brief 700-foot long trip is perhaps the shortest ride in the park, but it's a popular one, unfortunately, with only two trains on the track, one roller coasting at around 20 miles per hour while new passengers load in the other, and with each train holding a maximum of only 16 guests at a time. Lines can get long here, appropriately enough for an attraction targeted to young children. The sponsor, Georgia Pacific Sparkler Paper Towels, helps parents clean up messes. Gag Factory Map. Mickey's Toontown MT-9 dates January 24th, 1993 to ongoing. Comedians might suggest that a place named the Gag Factory properly sells really bad food, but actually this is a clever retail store in the downtown section of Mickey's Toontown. The factory decor includes a brick interior and gears on the walls. The gags here include a talking mailbox and bendable jailbars out front, a painted interior wall that reads "Do not paint on this wall," and the motto "Cop gag, gag them, gag copy gag 'em" above the door. The shelves used to be full of crazy toys, practical jokes, and magic tricks, but these days the merchandise has shifted to less jokey jewelry, mugs, clothes, and hats. The gag factory added the first ever Disney dime press machine in 2005, some two decades after the first. Some 2 decades after the first Disney penny press machine was installed on Main Street. The store connects to the giant Toontown five and dime, making This block a fantastic shopping destination. Approximate wait times of Disneyland attractions 1 minute or less. Gadget Go coasters, rafts to Tom Sawyer Island 90 seconds, under 3 minutes. Casey Jr. Circus Train, Jolly Trolley. Jolly Trolley, King Arthur Carousel, Mad Hatter's Mad Tea Party, Matterhorn Bobsleds, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Peter Pan Flight, Snow White Adventures, 3 to 5 minutes. Alice in Wonderland, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, Casey Jr. Circus Train, Indiana Jones Adventure, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Rocket Wars, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Space Mountain Star Tours. 6 to 9 minutes. Adventure through inner space, The Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Skyway to Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Round Trip, Splash Mountain, Storybook Land, Canal Boats, Submarine Voyage, Autopia, Western Mine Train through Nature's Wonderland, 10 to 15 minutes. Country Bear Jamboree, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, Indian War, Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes, Finding Nemo, Submarine Voyage. It's a small world, like magic. Mark Twain Riverboat, Mike Fink Keel Boats, Mission to Mars, Mule Pack, Rocket, Flight to the Moon, Sailing Ship Columbia, A Tour of the West film. 16 to 20 minutes. America the Beautiful, Captain EO film, Enchanted Tiki Room, Honey, I Shrunk, the audience film. Magic Johnny's film, People Mover, Pirates of the Caribbean, 21 plus minutes. American Johnny's film, America Sings, Fantasmic, Festival of Fools, Santa Fe, and Disneyland Railroad. Gale Day at Disneyland, 1960. This 27-minute documentary was released in movie theaters on January 21, 1960. Like an earlier Disney featurette, 1956 Disneyland USA Gale Day at Disneyland was essentially an extended commercial for the park's newest attractions. Key among these were the monorail, Matterhorn bobsleds, and submarine voyage, all of which had debuted the previous summer as Disneyland's first e-ticket attractions. See ticket books, parades, fireworks, mermaids, and Richard Nixon also got some screen time. Garden of the Gods map, Fantasyland FA-22 dates, never built. Looking for ways to enhance the slow-moving motorboat cruise in Fantasyland in the 60s. Disney designers considered adding posterior design elements from the movie Fantasia. For Garden of the Gods, artist Mark Davis designed Olympian sculptures that incorporated peaceful fountains, boats shaped like swans and whale cars shaped like steeds, were considered for transportation. Classical music from the movie was slotted for the soundtrack. Unfortunately, before such serene scenes made it into Disneyland, reality hit home. The tracks of Fantasyland Autopia circled all around these waterways and will and would have intruded loudly upon the Buclic Gardens. However, the fantasy theme did ultimately arrive in this area in 1993 when the motorboat cruise finally sank into the past. The lush landscaping of Fantasia Gardens took root. Geppetto's Arts and Crafts, aka Geppetto's Toys and Gifts, aka Geppetto's Holiday Workshop. Map. Fantasyland FA-9. Dates May 25th, 1983 to 2004, 2006 to 2007, 2010. The village theme architecture that surrounds Pinocchio's daring journey once embraced a Pinocchio-themed gift shop as well. Next to the attraction's exit to Fantasyland was a store named after Pinocchio's toy-making father. Dense with charming old-world details, Geppetto's Arts and Crafts was designed to look just like the cozy toy shop in the classic movie. In its first incarnation, lots of marionettes, figurines, and old-fashioned cuckoo clocks dominated Geppetto's place. In the mid-90s, the shop's name switched to Toys and Gifts and focused more on plush toys and dolls with same-day custom-made dolls as its specialty. Geppetto's was also the site of special toy-related events and frequent appearances by Disney princesses. 10 years later, the toy maker and his creations moved out. And names unraveled. Formerly a cart that operated elsewhere in Fantasyland moved in. In 2006, the sign above the door announced a new name, Geppetto's Holiday Workshop. However, early in 2007, the store closed again. When it reopened in 2010, it did so as Geppetto's Candy Shoppy, selling sweets instead of toys. Geppetto's Candy Shoppy map. Fantasyland FA-9 dates May 26, 2010 to October 2010, fall 2011 to ongoing. Poor Geppetto. His Disneyland stores never seemed to pan out. After starting out in 1983 with Geppetto's Arts and Crafts, then moving on to toys, gifts, and holiday items until 2007, the old toy maker tried selling candy in 2010. Prepackaged sugary sweets filled the adorable little store for a summer. but in October of 2010, the space was transformed into Tangled, a meet and greet area for the stars of the Disney movie of the same name. Of the same name. Gibson Blaine, 1918 to onward. Blaine Gibson's childhood hobby was sculpting. Eventually, his hobby became his career. Born in Colorado in 1918, Gibson began working in the animation department at Disney Studios in 1939. He's listed in the credits of many of the other companies' classic films and cartoons from the 40s to the early 60s, including Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, and 101 Dalmatians. Even while working at the studio by day, he continued to take sculpting classes at night, and in 1954, Walt Disney invited him to start making models for Disneyland attractions. Over the next 3 decades, Gibson supervised the sculpture department and created hundreds of works that were transformed into the audio animatronic characters in such diverse attractions as the Enchanted Tiki Room, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and the Haunted Mansion. Gibson's Timothy Mouse creation rode the top of Dumbo the Flying Elephant. His fair maiden graced the bow of the sailing ship Columbia, and his little demons lined the fairy final of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. In 1965, Gibson appeared on Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color alongside some of his private sculptures for Pirates of the Caribbean. Later he sculpted representations of all the chief executives for the Hall of Presidents at Walt Disney World, and later still, after he retired in 1983, he created Partners, the famous bronze statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse installed in Disneyland's hub in 1993. That same year, Blaine Gibson was named a Disney legend in celebration of his 4 decades as one of the company's master artists. Gibson Gold Ice Cream Parlor map. Main Street, MS-7, dates March 21, 1997 to ongoing. The 1997 shuffle of ice cream parlors and bakeries along Main Street landed a new dessert spot, the Gibson Gold Ice Cream Parlor, next to the Penny Arcade. The Blue Ribbon Bakery had been located there until early 97 when Blue Ribbon moved to the corner space where the Carnation Ice Cream Parlor had been. The Gibson Gold took the vacant space in the middle of the block. Gibson Golds, of course, were the curvy pin-ups created by American illustrator Charles Charles D.A.N.A. Gibson in the early 20th century. The coffee pinup element didn't get recreated inside and didn't get element didn't get recreated inside the ice cream parlor except for a few discrete drawings, but the early 20th century parts sorted from the ornate display fonts and strip awnings outside to the old-fashioned lighting fixtures and soda fountain inside. This is a place where the time travel is as enticing as the desserts. An expansion in early 2012 added more space to the Gibson Girls interior. A four a 4 foot tall glass elephant imported from Disneyland Paris makes for an inter makes for Paris makes for an interesting conversation piece in the back dining room, but most guests who pack the place throughout the day are probably more focused on the soft sweets. On the soft sweets. Oops. Yeah. On the soft sweets. Old fashioned hand scooped ice cream and a perfect treat for someone sweet or tooted on the signage outside, referring to the sundaes, ice cream cones, floats, sodas, and lemonade available. The shop doesn't offer many ice cream flavors, but what they have got is served up generously. Publicists claim that in one year, Gibson Girls sells enough ice cream to build a full-size Matterhorn mountain. Special creations for the holidays are big hits, as are the homemade waffle cones sold year-round. Not surprisingly, too, ice cream companies Nestle and Dreyer's have been the sponsors. Gibson greeting cards. Map, Main Street, MS-14, dates July 17, 1955 to 1959. Gibson stores sold charming cards and postcards printed by an Ohio-based company that was originally launched in 1850. The Gibsons, four Scottish brothers, began their business printing up labels and business cards. In the 1880s, they added a new product, holiday season greeting cards to the line, and established themselves as one of the country's biggest card companies well into the next century. At Disneyland, the Gibson Art CEO has had two different stores in two Main Street locations. Neither store was in any way related to the Gibson Girl ice cream parlor. The first store, Gibson Greeting Cards, debuted on opening day and lasted until 1959. This initial location was at the corner of Main Street and East Center Street, where Disney Clothers Ltd. now sits. The Hallmark card shop took over for Gibson in 1960, and Gibson disappeared from Main Street until mid 1985 when its card corner filled the spot that had been formerly known as Carefree Corner. John Hench, the influential designer and Disney legend, designed the first Gibson location. Gift Giver Extraordinary Machine, dates 1985 to September 1986. To celebrate its 30th anniversary, in 1985, Disneyland displayed a running tally of ticket sales in anticipation of the arrival of guest number 250 million. Out in front of the park stood the incredible countdown clock, designed with gears shaped like Mickey's ears, and a counter with 9 digits. Throughout the year, every 30th guest who walked through the gates won an instant prize. For some lucky winners, the prize was a chance to take home a new car determined by a spin of the Gift Giver Extraordinary Machine in the hub. This showy device was a precursor of the Dream Machine, the slot machine cake created for the park's 35th birthday 5 years later. As it worked out, every 30th guest got a new car, about a car a day, and the 3 millionth guest got a new Cadillac. There were over 12 million guests that year, which meant over 400 cars and 4 caddies were given out. Winners collected their prizes except for the actual cars at the prize redemption center next to the Opera House doorway. The idea for the birthday prize giveaways is credited to the park's long-time marketing chief, Disney legend Jack Lindquist. Lindquist. Professor's goal was to spark 1985 attendance after a disappointing 1984. That year's LA Olympics had kept many guests away from the park after a February TV special and months of generous giveaways. Disneyland attendance jumped 22% over the previous year's tally, and that 250 millionth guest finally walked through the gates on August 24th, 1985. The Gift Giver machine didn't stop giving, however, until September of 86. Prizes that year included airline tickets, video cassettes, watches, color TVs, and the official car of Disneyland 86, a Pontiac Firebird. Give a day, get a Disney day. Dates 2010. A short but sweet off-season promotion for 2010. Give a day, get a Disney get a Disney day. Enabled guests to earn free entrance into Disneyland by volunteering after registering and performing any of a number of community volunteer options. Guests could then exchange a voucher for either park admission or a special fast pass ticket. Numerous promotions and TV commercials help spread the word. The word did indeed spread fast and far. Less than 10 weeks after it debuted on January 1st, the Give a Day program closed abruptly on March 9th. Disney officials touting the program's success claimed that a million volunteers had taken advantage of this unique opportunity. Glassblower map. Main Street, MS-3, dates 1955 to 1966. For over a decade, Main Street housed a glass blower who had his own shop. His name was Bill, Rasmussen, and he leased a space in the rear of the Crystal Arcade. There, Rasmussen created delicate, whimsical glass figurines in full view of guests. He even walked in full view of the whole nation when he appeared on an episode of the Mickey Mouse Club. Rasmussen left Disneyland in 1966 and opened a series of shops in San Francisco, Boston, Honolulu, and other American cities. He called his Hawaiian shop the Little Glass Shack. Meanwhile, back in Disneyland, other glass blowers failed. RASMUSSE and Park Visitors Crystal Arcade spot into the 70s. Goff Harper, 1911 to 1993. Movie fans know Harper. Goff posted as his naughty list from a memorable Disney film. Disneyland fans know his widespread designs all over the park, and jazz fans might know his contribution as the banjo player in the Firehouse 5+2. The multi-talented Harper, Goff, was born in 1911. His Fort Collins, Colorado upbringing found its way into Disneyland. Several of the buildings he designed for the park, including City Hall, were based on actual buildings in his hometown. After attending art school in Los Angeles, Goff moved to New York and in the 30s drew illustrations for Esquire and other popular magazines. Back in Hollywood in the 40s, he became a set designer at Warner Brothers and worked on Casablanca and Captain Blood, among other film favorites. Moving to Disney Studios in the 50s, Goff was instrumental in establishing the story and creating the designs that made 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea an Oscar-winning classic. GOFF was involved with the NASCENT Disneyland project even before Anaheim was set as the park's location. At Walt Disney's behest, he took several trips around the country to gather information about other amusement parks, fairs, and museums. It was his research that informed the earliest Disneyland plans. As one of the first designers on the project in 1951, GOFF drew up concept art for a 16-acre Burbank park that would have featured boats on a lake, an island, a circus tent, a frontier town, and a train ride. As the Anaheim plans came to fruition, GOFF oversaw construction on the Jungle Cruise and created the interior for the Golden Horseshoe, in addition to countless other contributions. Later, he helped create Epcot in Florida and was still consulting on Disney theme parks into the early 1990s. Named a Disney legend in 1993, 81-year-old Harper GOFF died that same year in Los Angeles. His member lies in Disneyland with a window above the Adventureland Bazaar. Golden Bear Lodge, aka Hungry Bear Restaurant. Map: Bear Country, Critter Country B /C-F. Dates: September 24th, 1972 to ongoing. One of the most serene dining experiences in the park debuted in 1972 as the Golden Bear Lodge, located just inside the entrance to Bear Country. A large plot adjacent to the Country Bear Jamboree. Since the big two-story restaurant was positioned along the rivers of America, its upper and lower terraces offered scenic views of the passing river traffic. By 1977, the lodge had a new name, the Hungry Bear Restaurant, as well as a large sculpture of a bear greeting guests. The restaurant has always been a counter-service establishment, serving burgers, hearty sandwiches, salads, and desserts. A 2011 menu update added some popular new items, especially an acclaimed fried green tomato sandwich for vegetarians. Golden Horseshoe Map: Frontierland FR-4 dates: July 17, 1955 to ongoing. The beautiful Golden Horseshoe has been delighting guests since opening day. Situated on a prominent Frontierland corner that juts towards the rivers of America, the Golden Horseshoe is an eye-catching two-story structure, particularly radiant when when it was painted white with gold trim. In 2010, the colors were softened to yellows and creams. The decorative finals on the roof and the long balcony with a taunt with a taunt with a taunt BALUSTRADE added timeless elegance, while the wooden walk while the wooden sidewalk out front grounds the building in frontier history. Disney legend Harper GOFF created the glamorous interior, basing his designs on a saloon set he had already drawn up for the 1953 Doris Day film Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane. The approximately 2,500 square foot room features a curtain stage flanked by private boxes, a main floor with dining tables, and a curling balcony that forms a horseshoe shape. There's also a prominent golden horseshoe mounted above the stage. The bar along the right-hand side serves up burgers, chili, snacks, and elaborate desserts the guests can take to their tables. Several shows and sponsors have been involved with the Golden Horseshoe. Over the decades, the lighthearted Golden Horseshoe Review began running on July 17, 1955, and continued for over 50,000 performances until October 12, 1986, with Pepsi-Cola the sponsor for all but the last 4 years. After Eastman Kodak took over sponsorship from 1982 to 1984, the unsponsored review continued deep into 1986. On November 1, 1986, the Golden Horseshoe Jamboree began in 8-year run. The last four sponsored by Wonder Bread. As of December 18, 1994, various acts and special presentations have appeared on the Golden Horseshoe stage, including Woody's Roundup, a 1999 Toy Story themed show, the Golden Horseshoe Variety Show 2000, and Billy Hill and the Hillbillies. But it's the original Golden Horseshoe Review that established the building's golden reputation. It was called the grandest show in the West, and dazzling, rooting, tooting fun on the attraction poster. The most SCINTILLATING shows in Disneyland in the 1955 souvenir book, and the world's longest running live stage show in the Guinness Book of World Records. The show's original stars were singers Judy Moss and Donald Novis and comedian Wally Boog. Moss played Slow Food Sue, who was noted on the sign out front as the building's owner, but was soon replaced by the spunky Betty Taylor. I was Tanner. Fulton Bully took over for NOVIS from 1964 to 86. The enduring BOAG stayed with the show as Sue's boyfriend, Pico's Bear, from its inception until 1982. Taylor, Taylor Bowley, and BOAG would all be named Disney Legends in 1995. Supporting the actors was a small live band and a changing lineup of high-kicking can-can girls wearing gaudy dresses, colorful headwear, and black garters. So popular was the Golden Horseshoe Review that it was spotlighted in a 1962 episode of Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color in honor of its 10 10 in honor of its 10 of its 10,000th performance. Walt Disney was a fan, frequently catching the show from his private box, a journey into the stage. Today's guests can use that same box. Later, Golden Horseshoe shows, the Jamboree, the Variety Show, and Billy Hill have been popular, but it's unlikely that anything will last as long. The original Golden Horseshoe review. 14 official and unofficial streets inside Disneyland. 1. Big Thunder Trail, walkway connecting Fantasyland and Frontierland. 2. East Center Street, West Center Street, intersects Main Street at the Market House. 3. 3. East Plaza Street, West Plaza Street, separates the hub from Main Street. 4. Esplanade, diagonal walkway between New Orleans Square and the Rivers of America. 5. Front Street, north-south alley on the west side of New Orleans Square. 6. Main Street, north-south street connecting Town Square and the hub. 7. Matterhorn Way, north-south walkway between Alice in Wonderland and Matterhorn Mountain. 8. Millview Lane, walkway around Fowler's Harbor. 9. Neighborhood Lane, residential street in Mickey's Toontown. 10. New Orleans Street, east-west walkway connecting the Golden Horseshoe and the River Valley Terrace. 11. Orleans Street, diagonal street in the center of New Orleans Square. 12. Royal Street, southernmost street in New Orleans Square. 13. Small World Way, wide walkway from Storybook Land canal boats to It's a Small World. 14. Tomorrowland Way, the Intervention's dream home is at 360 Tomorrowland Way. Goofy's Bounce House, aka Goofy's Playhouse map. Mickey's Toontown MT-1, dates January 24th, 1993 to ongoing. to ongoing. No frowns are allowed in this interactive structure. Located near the entrance to Mickey's Toontown, Goofy's Bounce House launched with the rest of Toontown in January 1993, designed to look goofy. The lopsided bounce house appears from the outside as a widely dis, discombobulated widely discombobulated residence where all the angles are askew and a car has bashed into Goofy's mailbox. Inside the building was originally constructed as a playpen for toddlers to ensure it was used by only the youngest kids. There was a height maximum of 4 feet 4 inches tall, making this one of the few attractions that put an upper limit on a guest's height. Within the structure, a cast member supervised the kids, who literally bounce off the walls and the floor and the furniture, since everything was inflated and made for play. The charming decor, a kite flying inside the house, and a nutty piano, to name two, and the wacky noises inside added to the silly fun. After temporarily closing on January 7th, 2005, on March 5, 2006, the Bounce House reopened as Goofy's Playhouse with an additional play area outside. Today, everything out in the yard is still screwy, suggesting the builder is a klutz, but the garden now grows pre-carved pumpkins, bell peppers that are actually bells, and ears of popcorn, suggesting the gardener is a genius. The house's interior has lost its bounce and is now more of a quiet sitting area. After all the climbing, crawling, and sliding outside, kids can cool off with icy beverages from Goofy's free freezy time. A trailer with flat tires that is always parked next door, but only occasionally open. Goofy's gas station map. Mickey's Toontown MT-7 dates January 24th, 1993 to ongoing. This Toontastic rest stop in the heart of Mickey's Toontown offers bathrooms, water fountains, a colorful car to sit in out front, and opportunities to meet the Goof himself. As with everything else in Toontown, the real fun is discovering all the humorous details worked into the decor. For example, the fish swimming inside the gas pumps, the talking water fountains, and the sign that reads, Did we goof up your car today? A list posted outside the station identifies the Goofy water on tap here, including everything from liquid water to high water. GRACEY YALE 1910 to 1983. It's no coincidence that one of the characters in the 2000 film. The haunted mansion is named Master Gracie. In fact, the whole eerie building carries the Gracie name. Yale Yale Gracie created many of the memorable special effects in Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.